Hey guys, I am picking up right where I left off last vlog, Bookmas. Welcome back if you're new here. Hi, I'm Addie, and I am doing my own take on Vlogmas, Bookmas this year by just throwing out, I don't know, I guess 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 vlogs for the holiday season before I kickstart my new year with new ideas and beauty and book content. Just made myself a latte, and I am going to be painting my chipped up nails today, catching up on some chores around the house. Maybe putting up some more Christmas trees. I have our bathroom Christmas tree to put up. I have the boys' Christmas trees to put up. And our like big blue Christmas tree that we put up every single year since we got our new one in here over like in our dining area. Our blue big like just green with blue ornament Christmas tree is gonna go in our bedroom. So I don't know which ones I'm gonna get to in this vlog for you guys today, but that is the plan. To fill you in really quick, we had a very busy weekend. We had 2 birthday parties. My nephew, we went and like seen him for his birthday, and then my friend's daughter. So it was a birthday Saturday and then a birthday Sunday. And so the weekend was busy, but it was so great seeing everybody and hanging out. Yesterday was a little bit of a harder day because we had Axel's dentist consultation. So he has some teeth we're looking at getting work done on, and he's at that age, he's 7. So he's at that age where it's like trying to figure out if we want to fully under and have the work done like all at once, or if we're gonna do maybe like, I think it's called nitrous, where we just do like the conscious sedation where they can work on his teeth while he's awake, but kind of, you know, loopy. And then it just be more appointments to be able to get all the work done. Unfortunately, it's just been something that I've been dealing with the last like couple of months, and it's just been fairly heavy on me because I've always been like somebody who's very like on top of things when it comes to like the boys' like hygiene in general, but like their dental hygiene and all of that. And then to go in for their cleaning and realized that he has cavities, it was like gut-wrenching for me. So I'm sure others can relate to this, but it's just a very hard decision to make with anesthesia. And fun fact, anesthesia is a little tricky for redheads, and Axel's a redhead as well. And on top of that, we've had people in our family who have had bad reactions. So yeah. The experience was great though. Their whole theme at their dentist office was like a camp. It was so cute. All the people were so friendly. Axel had a great time at his consultation, so that's good. But now we have to figure out which direction we want to go into and all of that. So it's just been a little stressful. I zoomed home yesterday. Roman had his tournament game. They unfortunately did lose, so basketball season is officially over for both boys. It was a hard day, from Axel's dentist appointment to the fact that for some reason our town doesn't ever like to think about what's going on with certain schools. Basketball, I know, isn't like scheduled with the school, so I get that. But I feel like it's a kid activity, and so many kids in the district sign up for it. So it's like, you think it would at least be like on the school's radar. No. So we have one kid that's at 6 o'clock, his game starts. It's his tournament game, maybe his last game, which ended up being his last game, that some of my family were coming to watch. But then my younger kid has his Christmas concert at 6:30. And you have to be there because then there's no parking. And so I had to miss Roman's game. James had to miss Axel's concert. I've just been livid. And then to make matters worse, my husband, being a 6th grade teacher, his like faculty like Christmas party or get together or whatever the same night. Please make it make sense. I don't understand. Anyways, rant aside, Axel killed his concert. Roman was very bummed about his game, but he is excited to do basketball next basketball season. So we all came out on top, and it is what it is. I've tried to take videos and stuff for James, and he did the same. We tried to FaceTime a little bit as well, but it was a little bit of a stressful night. And honestly, I'm just to a point where I'm glad we have like one less thing on our plate right now with basketball season being over. So yeah. But to kickstart my week today, I am starting Iron Flame, and I am really excited. I feel like I've had a really hard time getting to this point of wanting to pick this book up. If you guys seen my last Bookmas video, I went through my TBR and I did mention this book, so this might be a little repetitive for you. But I'm sure you probably already know that this is the sequel to Fourth Wing. This is a romance fantasy, and it is set in a place where you go to school to be writer or scribe, and we follow Violet, who is a writer. The first book tackles her like getting into writer school in the first year and everything that kind of unravels with the plot itself, where Iron Flame is going to be taking on the second year and kind of where we were left, since we were left with that cliffhanger. This is going to be a pretty beefy read, so I'm probably going to check back in with you guys after I have made it a decent amount, or maybe even when I finish it. I zoomed through Fourth Wing in about 2 days, so I think I'll be able to get through it pretty fast. But I do have quite a bit going on this week, so we will see. Besides that, I have started Candy Cane Kills by Brian McAuley on, it's not Scribd anymore, you guys. I think it's Everend. It's still like the same like setup, same app pretty much, but it's has a name change, logo change. But Candy Cane Kills, it is a Christmas slasher. I am reading it via ebook on my phone, which is not my best reading style, so I just thought I would start it now and maybe read like a chapter or two a day this week as I get through it, maybe more, just so I can finish it this week. But I thought it would be a really good one to kind of savor too, since it is like the holiday season and it's like Christmas theme and stuff. It is a Christmas slasher, so I will check back in with you guys on that one too. But yeah, besides that, I have no idea what else I'm reading, but I do know these two were on my TBR, so good ways to kickstart my week. I am currently sitting down to decorate the smallest tree we have in our house. Although you guys can't really see it. This was the boys' like baby tree when they were little, so it's like really sentimental to me, and I still put it up every year. It kind of is like a woodland theme, which is their bathroom, and that was also Axel's like nursery theme, so I've just kind of always carried it on, and I love so many of the ornaments that I have for this one so much, like little gold pine cones. So yeah, I'm gonna decorate while I talk about my current reads. Iron Flame is going well. I'm actually enjoying it more than I thought I was going to. Because with where Fourth Wing left off, and what happened with that. Again, you guys, you don't have to, but if you want to see my video on that, you can. If you want to know like where I kind of stand on Fourth Wing now that I am talking about Iron Flame, to kind of know where my mind was at with it. And if you've read that book, you might want to check out my spoilers at the end of that video, because I kind of go more into the cliffhanger, how I'm feeling, how I think the characters are going to be in Iron Flame, and thankfully, they haven't been the way I thought they were going to be, and I'm mainly talking about Violet. I thought Violet was going to be a lot different than what she is being in this book. To a certain extent, there is a little bit of a repetitiveness. There is a little bit of what I had thought was going to be, without giving anything away. But besides that, though, it's actually been really cool. I didn't really expect, with the way Fourth Wing, like, left us, that they would all be, maybe skim a little bit of this if you're, like, terrified of Iron Flame spoilers, because I really don't want to give anything away. Don't really think this is a big spoiler, because I think it's in the synopsis, but if you do just want to, like, skip ahead, perfectly fine. I understand completely. So do that. But with the way the last book left off, I did not think, like, they were just going to be back for their second year. I just didn't. I thought things were going to be, like, completely different. So, that's been a little strange, but I'm loving it. So, with this book, we are, experiencing Violet and all of her, like, crew from Fourth Wing on their second year at school. And they're having to watch the training and the newcomers for their first year, the brutality of, you know, new first years and everything that Violet and all of them had to go through in the first book. So that concept is really cool. You definitely can't get attached to people because, like, getting into a rider squad is, like, intense, and you just never know who's gonna make it. But that aside, we also have their second year at school, so we're kind of following them, and navigating what they have to do for their second year has been intense too. I will probably have a spoiler section at the end of this video for Iron Flame, just so that I can kind of include my thoughts there like I did for the first one, but maybe I won't. Maybe I will keep it and eventually do a book video just about this series, and include all of my spoilery thoughts there. But I mean, I'm sure we're going to be all waiting on Rebecca Yarros to announce the next book, because that would be nice to read the next book in that vlog and give you guys more spoilers. But I am actually enjoying my time though, and I'm zooming through it again. I don't know if I'm going to finish it tonight though, which will mean I'm reading it in 3 days instead of 2 days like Fourth Wing. But there are a lot, I feel like the action parts of it keep it really interesting and fun, and I still am not really on board with the character Violet, but I do really like Xaden, and I really like the dragons. Never thought I would hear myself saying that. These next ornaments I'm putting on, I put the acorns on, and now I'm putting the snowflakes. They're so pretty. Don't mind my nails. I painted them and I was messy. I also have these like little glitter bottles that are just so cute. Candy Cane Kills has been a ride. I'm almost done with it, so I will probably give you guys my thoughts on it soon. My full thoughts on it, but it's been a time. So it's very brutal. So this is the same author that did the book, oh my gosh, what is it called? Fear of the Reaper, or I don't know, something Reaper, and it was about the actor who he was known for a slasher franchise. He played the Reaper, and like years later, after this huge franchise, he is told that he's being recasted because he's too old. So he kind of starts losing his mind, and he's slipping into like this like insanity. And it's very intense as well, but I absolutely loved that book so much that I was like, oh, he's coming out with a slasher for Christmas. I have to read this. And I do want to look this one up. I think I read the synopsis in my TBR, but just for you guys for this vlog, if you don't want that one. For some reason, when you put it in on Goodreads, it doesn't come up. But if you type his name in, then his books will come up. But for some reason, if you put Cain Kills, it doesn't come up. I don't know. Anyways, it says, oh, what fun it is to die. When Austin's parents drag him and his little sister Fiona to a remote cottage for Christmas, he's less than thrilled about the forced bonding exercise. But after learning that their holiday getaway was the site of a horrific crime, this family on the rocks will have to fight for their lives against a legendary killer, because Candy Cane is slashing through the snow with a very long naughty list. So I've already gotten into some gory bits with this book, and he just has a way of being so creative as having that like point of view of a killer or even the victim and what happens to them. It is very gory. It's like, in some scenes, it's like the goriest horror movie you've probably watched. Like Saws and like stuff like that. Like it's very gruesome, but it's kind of refreshing. That's a terrible word to use for that, but it's kind of nice to have like a horror that's like so gruesome it's gonna like freak me out a little bit, or, you know, scare me a little bit. But I also like the way he does his characters, because I don't really feel like super attached to anybody, and that's the nice part. I think that there's only one character in this story that, like, I mean, okay, I take that back. There's a few that I think have some redeeming qualities. So I'm like, oh, that'd be nice if they would make it. But there's one in particular that I just know, like, she's going to be like maybe a final girl or something. That's not a spoiler because I'm still not there yet, but I'm kind of predicting that. Axel's little baby first Christmas. But yeah, I'm kind of getting that vibe, but I could be completely wrong because so far it's been very cutthroat and anybody's up for grabs. But it's been really good. I've been enjoying it. It's really easy to fly through. I have kind of been savoring it though, which has been nice too. Then I have a bunch of random mixed assortment to put on it, and topper to bow with acorns. It's so cute. I just love this tree so much, and I will definitely show you guys it all complete. I am rearranging this room. I have been for a while, as you guys may know. And I I've just been torn on it. I've been going back and forth. I just don't know where I want to put things, and I'm having a really hard time with it. So anyways, that's what I'm currently doing. But this morning, Axe off of school, and I was like, okay, I need to go to the library. So I had my library books I need to take back. I have some holds I need to pick up. So I get there and realize that today is the, like, well, I think the weekends too, but the one weekday where they open an hour later than I thought. And I literally sat there for like 30 minutes and I was like, oh my God. So anyways, I knew that there was a nearby flea market. So I went flea marketing for a little bit and I thought I would show you guys what I got. I of course got books. But I did find one other thing. I did get The Hobbit because I've never read this and I keep seeing my cozy fantasy girls that I follow. I keep seeing them do like little cozy read with me sprints and stuff like that. And a little while back, they were all reading like The Hobbit together and we're just like gushing about it. And I was like, all right, I need to pick it up. I need to read it. I, of course, I actually have not seen the Hobbit movie. But I, of course, have seen like the Lord of the Rings trilogy. But I've never read any of J.R.R. Tolkien's like books. So yeah, I picked it up. Why not? Also found Fear Street, which was really cool, by R.L. Stine. This is, I mean, it has the Netflix stamp on it, which I hate because it's not like a sticker you can pull off. But but I am assuming that these are the stories that are based off of the Netflix's movies or shows, films, whatever you want to call it. But it has The Lost Girl, Can You Keep a Secret? Yeah, 2 books in one. I guess it's just those 2. I'm intrigued. Of course, Stephen King. I always usually find a couple paperbacks to pick up. This time around, I got The Eyes of the Dragon and Needful Things. This one, I believe, I want to say, isn't this part of, you know, I could be wrong, but for some reason, I want to say that this was part of the Dark Tower series. Maybe it's not. It's just like an in-between book. I don't know. Anyways, I liked the paperback that I found of it. I thought it was cool, but I have seen 2 different people that I follow talk about Needful Things. They just recently either read it or reread it and talked about how it's one of their favorite Kings. That was enough for me to pick it up because I've never read it. Besides that, you guys, for $1, I found these. They're like little holiday like candle holders. How freaking cute are these? Now, they don't have like the little holiday things on them, which is fine with me. These are something that I would like leave out year round. I just think they're really cool. I need to like, you know, clean and shine them a little bit, but then just stick candles in them. I think they were marked down so much because they don't have like the little glass like candle things. But honestly, like I would just put a candle stick in them. But I just think they're so cute. I love them. They're 3 different sizes and really pretty vintage find. Besides that, you guys, I did finish Iron Flame. You know, I wanted to love this book more than I did, unfortunately. I feel like I talked a lot about it in the last check-in, so I'll leave this kind of brief. But I just kind of felt like the book as a whole, I think, was really good. It wasn't really what I was expecting because of the cliffhanger with the last one than where the book went. But I was here for it because second year with Violet and all of her gang and then seeing the new first years, all of that, the trainings, the different things that they had to go through was super entertaining, really loving that aspect of the plot. But I think it's the actual plot that is the conflict and like the juicy bits that are like happening that are just kind of like not doing it for me. I don't know what it is. I'm just not really like having the greatest time following along with what's going on. Like I feel like it's going to be so cutthroat and then it's just really not. Or I don't know. And I can say there was, I think the first one did it a little bit better for me because of the whole showdown at the end was just felt like I was on the edge of my seat and I was just like, oh my God, you know, like the outcome of everything. Where this time around, I just didn't really feel like that. I felt like at the end of the book where everybody was telling me like, it all happens at the end of the book. You just have to get through the rest of the book. I actually enjoyed the other parts of the book versus the end. The ending for me was just very lackluster and I don't know, like I just didn't really, what you could call in a book like a battle scene or whatever. Like for me, it just wasn't what I was expecting, like the outcome of it and everything that was going on with it, especially Violet's like point of view. Just, I don't know. It didn't really do it for me. I just, after it was done, I was just like, okay. I literally had zero emotions for anything. And then I will say the kind of like cliffhanger we had with this one was definitely more of the moment for me. Like, what? Like, what does this mean? And now I'm looking into all the conspiracy theories around it, and I fell down a rabbit hole because of the parts I liked of this book, and because of the fact that I'm still intrigued to see what happens with this cliffhanger. I gave it a 4. So, good rating. Just wasn't as good as the first one to me, I guess. But I still found it to be pretty entertaining to read, and got through it pretty quick. So we put up our Christmas tree in our bedroom. You guys, the kids, I swear they play a game like, how many ornaments can we fit on one branch? So, damage control time, they're in bed. Riley's laying here with me. And I have the tote of ornaments to finish it out and rearrange the plastic ones too. So yes, it is rather late in the month and we are just now getting to this tree, and we've just only gotten to the boys' trees as well, but it is what it is. Do not mind my hair. I am currently letting it air dry like usual. And I'm touching up my nails because I am such a picker. I haven't really like been a nail biter per se as much. I mean, sometimes it's still like the habit, but I've gotten over that for the most part the last time I stopped. But I'm a picker, so I will just sit there and pick at it, and that's why I can never have long nails, because I constantly am just breaking them by picking at them. So I haven't picking at them since my birthday, and now I'm getting like really long pretty nails, and I'm trying to keep them painted so that I don't just rip the whites off. I guess it's working, but it's only causing me to now pick at the paint. And I feel like I am repainting my nails at least every other day. So this is the new normal for now. And because of that, I've just become so sloppy with it that it is what it is. Baby steps, I guess. But I am going to be working on this tree, finishing it up because it's in dire need. And not all the ornaments are on it yet either. So these are just like the plastic ball ornaments that are on it. But this is the tree I mentioned in my first like Bookmas video where I said we are getting a new tree, but this was our classic, like one that we've had for years and years and years. So it is now in our bedroom, and our bedroom's kind of like doesn't really have a theme right now. We have like nothing on the walls because we want to paint, and then I'm going to slowly start adding like decor and stuff, and we're kind of like transitioning out of our Friends, the show, theme kitchen. So we're thinking about bringing that in here because our bed like comforter is like this crushed velvet like orange, and then we have these we have 2 orange stools that James didn't want in his classroom anymore, so I just am gonna clean them up and leave them in here, and this is gonna be kind of like another probably reading nook, but perfect for the tree right now. So we have Riley's bed at the end of our bed, and it takes up like so much of our floor space, but it is what it is. And yeah, besides that, this room is always messy because my side of the bed is dedicated to like scrapbooking, and like I have all the boys like school binders, so like I have literally like tubs of their school papers and stuff that they're bringing home this year, and I've got to do something with it in the new year. But yeah, I'm rather liking this little corner. It's so magical at nighttime to just be like chilling in bed watching a movie and having this like over here in the corner. But I just would like it to be like decorated a little differently or moved around a little bit. Speaking of friends, earlier, like I mentioned a while ago, I've been trying to collect the Advent things to be able to show you guys because we completely forgot about it and then we just like tried to like catch up. So it was quite a few days. So one of them was the one with the 12-month pocket calendar, and he got this last year for Christmas from a student and was like, I'm gonna save it for next year and we'll, you know, do it for December. And it's a calendar for 2022, but it's really cute. We got some little umbrellas for some drinks that say friends on them. We got a hello, my name is Regina Phalange sticker. A little like notepad, like notebook. Some behind the scene photos from some episodes. And they're actually like little postcards, so you can send them to people. I feel like I should just send one to like my sister and just not say anything. Post-it notes, which is nice to have. That I'll probably just stick on the counter. Friends trivia. I could have sworn this one was going to be pens, but they're actually like just little drink stirs, which, I mean, they are like wooden, but I still kind of feel like they're like single use, so that kind of sucked a little bit. This one is really cool, and I kind of want to do something with it in a video, the official Central Park cookbook. So you have Monica's Mocklet peanut butter cookie and caramel blended shake. And it like says like what episode it's from and all of that. You have Monica's whipped up pumpkin spice latte, which I want to try. Phoebe's chocolate espresso mugged cake. I have to try making one of these. I don't know if it's gonna happen in this video, you guys. Yeah, and then, you know, just the other things I've showed. I actually think I'm gonna stick these ornaments that we got in one of the last ones. Might have been last video or earlier in this one, but just like little ornaments with like scenes. Might stick on our living room tree if I can find room. It's getting so full. But anyways, I'm gonna finish up my nails. This past weekend we had our Thanksgiving Christmas. We kind of mixed the two with my dad's side of the family, so my mama's, and it was great. There wasn't too many of us, but it was still really nice to see like all my siblings on that side of the family and hang out. We did karaoke, which was so much fun, and ate good food, hung out, and I was just kind of like, I feel like zoinked out by the end, and kind of been recovering. Buddy just kind of chilled out and stayed home in his robe while we were gone. And oh, while we were there, we attempted family pictures, which my sister is like a miracle worker. My kids never want to cooperate for pictures, and then when I try to do them myself, you can just imagine how that goes. And it was like misty and like rainy, and she was a trooper and just really pulled through, and I'm sure that they're going to be amazing photos. But man, my kids, when it's time to bring the camera out, they either show off or just not happy. Really, Axel shows off and Roman is just not happy. So it was definitely eventful, but I cannot wait to see them because we have been very long due for like good family pictures, and I just can never pull them off by myself. And by the end, we're all mad at each other and it's just not a good time. So I was so thankful that she was able to take some pictures, and then we took a bunch of like pictures of all of us inside and stuff too. So I cannot wait to see them. I am going to start rearranging this tree as much as I can. Adding the other ornaments. I'm going to listen to my current audiobook. I finished Candy Cane Kills. I think I'm landing at a 4. It's a really fun Christmas slasher. It's about this family who like need to get away for the holidays, so they rent like this like Airbnb. So right away you're like, oh my god, you know. And at this Airbnb that this lady has like fixed up years ago, a massacre happened. But nobody really knows where the legend came from or like what actually happened to like cause, I guess, or start the legend. There's just so many stories and theories about Candy Cane and what happened at that house. And we slowly unravel the actual story because like found footage was found, which is really fun. I love any type of movie or book that has found footage. But yeah, it's just kind of one of those, I kind of appreciate that it was a novella because it's just kind of like one of those fast-paced reads where you don't really fall for a lot of the characters, but it's okay because it's like a survival horror and slasher that like you don't really want to get too attached to anybody. You just kind of are there for the wild ride and the gory bits and all of that, and it was really fun. I think he did an incredible job with it, and especially including like classic like caroling songs and, you know, just kind of having a Christmas spirit in it while being so dark and gory. I think it was just like a funny, silly slasher horror for the holidays that was definitely a treat. So yeah, I liked it. I gave it 4 stars. Now I have been reading for my 3rd book for this video. I've been reading Addie Larue. I mentioned in my TBR that this is one of my all-time favorite books. I only have it on Kindle or I would show it to you guys, but I love this book so much, and so far it's holding up for me. I am over halfway. I've been really enjoying it, so I'm sure I'll be wrapping it up by the end of this particular vlog, and really, really enjoying it. But while I put this tree up and hand strung all these lights, I have been listening kind of tandem, like between Addie Larue and this, but while I was doing this, I was listening to Little Women. I got this beautiful book from my library, and it's so beautiful. I have been listening to it, but I have been going back and looking through the pages because the artwork in this is just so pretty and so cool that I wanted to show you guys too. This is a classic, and I grew up watching Little Women with Winona Ryder, Kirsten Dunst, Christian Bale, Susan Sarandon? I don't know why I'm coming blank right now. The actress from Stepmother too. Oh, so good. But I love that one. I still have not watched the 2019 Little Women, which I'm thinking about changing that. I kind of want to watch both of them because there's just something so like warm and cozy about watching Little Women in the wintertime. Jo putting on one of her like little plays with her sisters. I believe that's Jo and Meg, I believe, are right there. I've just enjoyed this so much, and, you know, reading the point of views of the sister, just kind of like an outlook on looking at each of the sisters, describing each one of them in detail, and it is very much like the 1990, I don't even remember, version for sure. There's so many scenes that have happened, but there's been a few things here and there that I was just like, okay, that didn't happen in the movie. But it's very, very closely done to that I am intrigued to see about the newer one. Aw, Beth at the piano. Reading this definitely is reminding me of the episode in Friends where, Joey and Rachel like trade books and they're both reading. So he has her reading The Shining and she has him reading Little Women, and it's just so funny. This scene, this is when Lori and Jo are out on the ice and Amy is trying to go, and like that whole scene, you know? So beautiful. Like I said, I've had to go back through because like the illustrations and stuff in this are just so pretty. I want like a copy of this edition so bad because it's just so pretty. But I'm absolutely loving it. I feel like older books kind of go either really well for me or not so well for me. I have a really hard time with them because of the way things are said and how aged sometimes it seems, or, you know, I don't know. I think it definitely depends on author for sure, but even some of Shirley Jackson's, like The Haunting of Hill House, I feel like I probably would have enjoyed a lot more if things were said a little bit differently than what they were even in that. Although I have enjoyed other things from Shirley Jackson. This I'm just eating up though. I absolutely love it. Obviously it's at a different time and things are so different now, but it's still just kind of like refreshing, and I love how much energy and just like enthusiasm these girls have on life and what they want to do with their lives, and they're so bold for being women back at that time, and I just love them so much. I'm having a really good time with it. I thought I'd mention it because I'm just kind of starting it. I will probably be finishing Addie Larue first, so I can wrap that up, and we'll probably continue Little Women in the next vlog. But yeah, it's so cozy to listen to and read while putting up a tree. Okay, I've made a little bit of progress, so I thought I would check in because I finished Addie Larue. I realized I only had like the last part, because it's like sectioned into parts. And I had the last part pretty much, and I think one extra chapter to finish. So I've made progress on the tree, but I've also finished the book. And like I said in the last clip, Addie Larue is just held up. It's so good. 5 out of 5 stars. I know it's kind of like, it's a little bit of like a Debbie Downer book, especially for the holiday time, but it holds up. It's just so good. You will never be the same after you read it. Like, that's just how I feel about it. It's just so good. But yeah, I've made a little bit of progress. I was taking all of these ornaments off, and I still have like a bunch like down here, like underneath the tree. But I was taking them off, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start adding stuff and then just moving things around. So there's some that are still like very crowded. I'm sure that there's still several on one branch somewhere. So I'm still working on it. Not yet done yet. Still have that box over there of ornaments. Working through this tub right here. Not a whole lot left. I have a couple stars to put on. I have our picture ones I gotta put on. Aw, back before Axel. Just the 3 of us. Again, just the 3 of us. I used to have a picture for every single year, and like I said, with family photos, it just doesn't really happen anymore. But definitely want to try to find some pictures of all of us together, like with each year, so I can catch up on my photo ornaments. Maybe make some. There's one with X. I don't know if it'll focus or not, but I love photo ornaments so much though. It's just, these ones just like fall apart and stuff, and it's just so annoying fighting with them every year. But so cute. A bunch of our like family photos. I just love having them on the tree. It's so cute. But yeah, thought I would check in, let you know that I did in fact finish up my 3rd book. Yeah, my 3rd book for this video. So I finished Iron Flame, Candy Cane Kills, and Addie Larue. I'm actually flying through my TBR more than, lower you guys. I'm actually flying through my TBR more than I expected to, but I'm here for it. And I guess since I finished this book, I'm gonna just wrap up this video by ending out with this blue tree, and I will show you guys the boys tree in the next video. I didn't really film, we didn't really film putting them up this year, so I'll just show you guys what they're looking like, but they're the same trees from last year. They have a snowman tree, and then they have a Grinch tree, and they're super cute. So I will make sure I show you guys in the next video and figure out what books I want to read next, because I'm loving the cozy winter vibes of Little Women so much. So this is one of them. But I think I want to kind of stick to like maybe cozy books. I just don't know if like the Midnight of, what is it? Midnight is the Darkest Hour. I don't know if that's like cozy vibes. I also have The Wishing Game, which I also don't know if that's cozy vibes. And There's a CJ Tudor one that I currently have like from the library, and I have the audiobook, so I kind of want to get to it too. There is no telling what I'm going to be reading in the next one, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog as well. I hope you guys are having great holiday time, whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah, Yule, whatever you celebrate. I hope that you're having very happy holidays, and see you in the next one.